Good morning, you beautiful CELPIP takers. You future Canadian, you future maple syrup drinking Canuck. My name is Ronan, and I'm going to help you achieve your CELPIP speaking score. Alright, sit back, relax, grab yourself a coffee, and let's just get started, shall we? So we're here to talk about CELPIP speaking. And in particular, we're here to talk about how you can get a high CELPIP score. This is what they're looking for in CELPIP. They're looking for content, they're looking for vocab, they're looking for listenability and task fulfillment. In basic English, in basic terms, they want to make sure that you have a sufficient quantity of ideas. They want to make sure in the CELPIP exam that you present an idea and you support an idea, which is right there. In terms of vocabulary, you need to have a wide range of words and phrases. Phrases like idioms, phrases that we use when we don't know what to say, for instance. So there's many different set phrases you need to learn. Listenability is more or less on you, and I'll explain that later. But task fulfillment is so important. Are your answers relevant? So are you actually answering the question they ask? And did you speak for the right amount of time? It is so important that you do that. That you don't just sit there and be quiet and say nothing, but that you do speak for 1 minute or for 90 seconds, it just depends. And then within that 90 seconds, you deliver your ideas. But that means you need to talk for nearly the full time limit. And you need to get all your ideas together and present it in a very short time. But that is what I can help you with today. So I'm going to be talking a lot about this workbook of mine, the CELPIP Speaking Workbook. And this workbook is made up of several different chapters. And today we're really just going to focus on chapter 1, which is the key English, and chapter 2, which is the CELPIP speaking checklist. So let's just get started with the key English part. Here is a general task 1 question. Your friend is going to university next year. She's not sure whether to study in another city or live at home and go to the local university. So in other CELPIP videos, I have spoken about this question, and we've generated ideas before. And here's just some very quick ideas for this question. Live at home is good because it's familiar and comfortable. You don't pay rent, and the local university is smaller and more personal. So these are my main ideas. Now, with these ideas, I need to support them with examples. And that is where my key English is going to help you. I have divided the key English into sections: introduction, giving advice, signals, examples, and conclusion. And if you follow what you see on the screen now, you will get a high score. So, for the introduction, one way I like to practice is by using all of them in my practice. Hey Ronan, I heard you were blah blah blah. Now in task 1, you need to talk directly to the speaker. So that's why it says, hey Ronan, hi John, hey Sarah. You give the person a name. It makes it easier. In this example here, with the first one, I heard you were. With the third one, I'm super excited for you about. And with the fourth one, hey Sarah, I know you're blah blah blah. In that part, you paraphrase the question. And the question is, your friend is going to university next year. Should they stay or should they go? Hey Ronan, I heard you were thinking about university. Hey John, so I've been thinking about your big decision about university. Hey Ronan, I'm super excited for you about choosing a university. Hey Sarah, I know you're on the fence about going to another city to study or staying at home to study, and you're probably looking for some advice. Use one of these phrases to start your CELPIP speaking task 1. Just one. Don't use all of them. Just one. Paraphrase the question. So that's literally the very first sentence. And right after that, we come to the meat part of the answer, one of the most important parts, which is all the content in the middle. Now, to give advice, we can use these phrases. To signal ideas and to give examples, we can use everything you see on screen right now. And you need to get used to using a combination of those. So let's look at the ideas. Don't pay rent. Local university is smaller and more personal. All right, I'm going to talk about not paying rent. So, have you thought about rent? You might want to consider the cost of living. I think staying at home is good, or I think staying at home would be good because you don't need to pay rent. So first, I deliver my idea. Then, I'm going to support it by giving examples. I think living at home would be good because you don't need to pay rent. In my experience, rent is a killer when you live in a different city compared to your hometown. If you live at home, you can save money on rent and put it towards something else. There we go. I have supported my idea. I've presented my idea and I've supported my idea using only the English you see on screen. Those 4 small boxes, folks, has everything you need to get a high score in the CELPIP question. You might want to live at home, or you might want to go to the local university because the local university is smaller and more personal. I can remember going to a large university and the professors didn't even remember our names. This will not happen in a smaller university. Again, I have presented an idea and I've supported the idea. Now, I've given 2 ideas and I've one more. So, I'm going to say, another thought I had was living at home is familiar and comfortable. Another thought I had was home is where the heart is, you know? Another thought I had was blah, blah, blah. I think living at home is great because you can not pay rent. You can have food made for you. You can relax in a warm house every night after college. If you live in student accommodation or if you rent a house with your friends, it won't be comfortable or cozy. So looking at these ideas, can you use them to make a sentence? There is one there that's a little different to the others, and it's this one here. Whatever you do, don't. So whatever you do, don't. That would be like very strong advice for not to do something. Now in this one here, I don't know if it would work too well. Like whatever you do, don't go to another town because it's so expensive. Whatever you do, don't attend a huge university because it is not personal and nobody will know you. Now that one there might be good for other questions, which I'll have a look at in a little bit. So already we have looked at our introduction, we have looked at our main ideas, and all that's left is a very strong conclusion. Any of those will work. And these are general. You could actually use these in every type of question, task 1 question. Anyway, I hope that helps. Because this is a question where you speak directly to the speaker, just finish it like a phone call. Look, whatever you do, I'm sure it'll be fine and work. Okay, I gotta go now, but let me know how it goes. Let me know what decision you make. Okay, look, I have to get going, but those are my thoughts. I hope you take my advice and best of luck with your decision. Just something general to finish it. You must have, and I say must have, a strong introduction and a strong conclusion. So that is looking at the task 1, introduction, main body, conclusion. Let's try it one more time. But this time, we're going to change it. And we're going to look at study in another city. Why is studying in another city good? Better university. City has more opportunities. You become independent. All right. So once again, we have our introduction. Hey Ronan, I'm super excited for you about going to university. Hey Sarah, I know you're on the fence about which university to go for and you're probably looking for some advice. You can use these for every type of task 1 question there is. Then we come here. You might want to consider the opportunities in a city. What I mean by opportunities is that a city has much more things to do, like jobs, nightlife, eating out, culture, everything you can think of. The city is full of opportunities. Have you thought about the fact that the city is more fun? I think the city would be good because blah blah blah. I think the city would be good because you can become more independent. You get to move away from home. You get to make your own decisions. Yes, I know you need to pay rent. However, because you live in a city, there's more job opportunities. And then give examples. In my experience, the city is good because. In my experience, a large university is better than a smaller university because blah blah blah. Think of ideas for those. And of course, once again, we have our general conclusion. Okay, I gotta go now, but let me know how it goes. Whatever you do, I'm sure it'll be fine and it'll work. Use one of those to finish this question. Long story short, folks, my Key English right here on the screen can help you achieve your content coherence, your vocabulary, your listenability, because it is easier to listen when people use phrases, and your task fulfillment. You got it? That is how you use the Key English workbook. All right. And there it is there. Isn't that a sexy workbook? And like I said, that is available right now. In the description, there's a link. Click it. But now let's move on to the CELPIP speaking checklist. A lot of people say practice makes perfect, and it's not true. Perfect practice makes perfect. And that is the aim of my speaking checklist. The speaking checklist will help you target and improve particular aspects of your CELPIP answer. So remember earlier we spoke about this is what they're looking for in CELPIP. The checklist will absolutely help you with your task fulfillment and your content and your coherence. If you follow the checklist, you will achieve a high content and a high task fulfillment score. So let's take a look at how to use my CELPIP speaking checklist. 3 steps. Record, listen, compare. To be honest, repeat should be number 4. So we'll go with 4 steps. Again, here we have our question. Your friend is going to university, you get your ideas, and this is the part you need to do yourself. You get your phone and you record your answer. Yeah, you sit down in an office, in a room, wherever you are alone, preferably, and you just speak your CELPIP answer and you record it. Then comes the worst part. You have to listen. You have to listen to your voice. And I know you probably hate your own voice, and that is just what it is. It's shit, but you have to do it. So you listen to your answer. And as you listen, you start to tick the boxes. Yes or not yet. And now, when I look at my answer, I'm looking at this here, and I can see I need to improve. Well, I need to give at least 3 suggestions, and I didn't. I need to end with a salutation. A salutation is your conclusion, and you need a strong conclusion in CELPIP speaking for every question. So I know I need to improve those. So now I look back at my Key English workbook, and I'm like, all right, next time I do this question, I need to make sure I use one of these. Because the last time I didn't. So step 4 is repeat. So I do step 1, I do step 2, and I do step 3 again and again and again until I have yes. Then I know I'm ready for CELPIP. This one takes time. This one means you really, really need to pay attention, and you need to work hard, be organized. You need to listen to your voice. You need to record yourself. You need to be critical. But ladies and gentlemen, I am not joking. I know for a fact that just this workbook that includes the key English and the speaking checklist will help you become Canadian, and that is how you use them. Now, I got some homework for you, something for you to practice with. Here are 3 speaking task 1 questions. I want you to answer those using the key English and the speaking checklist. So, you can use those right there. Take your time, plan your answer, record your answer, use the key English, compare your answer to the checklist. That is your homework. Drop an answer in the comments. Email me. Do whatever. I'd love to hear from you. But ladies and gentlemen, that is that. My name is Ronan. I am the CELPIP teacher. I love helping future Canadians. I love helping people achieve their CELPIP scores. If you need help, if you have a question, please let me know. The workbook is available right now. Yes, you can get your hands on the sexy workbook. Hit the link right below and I'll take you to where you gotta go. Oh, that rhymes. All right, I'm going to go and prepare more CELPIP tutorials. I hope you have a wonderful day, my friends. Bye for now.